Hey, in Japan they call it a tackle.
Oh. Well, I'll tackle you then, Josh.
Go for it. Hit your double leg tackle, Bill. Ah, there you go. Nice drive.
There's a lot of elements to this move I can use because you drive the hips. It's quick. You change their level and you get in, take them to the ground. So I think I can really incorporate this into an MMA fight.
There you go. That's the double leg everybody wants to see.
But I'm going to need a lot more than a double if I plan to take on Rico Rodriguez. Time to focus on our stand-up fighting with two of the best. A brutal brawler who many say is the toughest fighter in the world, and a striker whose high-flying style has proven unstoppable. Not far from the beach bums and bathing beauties of Venice Beach is LA Boxing, one of the most legendary gyms in MMA. It's here we hook up with a man many say is the toughest pound-for-pound fighter on the planet, Forrest Griffin. Forrest is here to give us a crash course in the fighting style he's best known for, sprawl and brawl.
Whereas ground guys like Josh Barnett like to take it to the mat, sprawl and brawlers like Forrest choose to stay on their feet. They do so by using a variety of strikes and power punches called brawling. Brawling evolved out of the stand-up art of bare-knuckle boxing, the brutal forefather to the modern version. Fights were bloody, lasting 40, even 50 rounds. Death was a real prospect. But in early MMA bouts, bare-knuckle brawlers fared poorly against ground fighters because once on the ground, brawlers simply did not know what to do.
To even the score, the brawler stole a move from classic European catch wrestling. Known for its loose rules and often deadly outcomes, catch wrestling has influenced everything from Olympic freestyle to modern pro wrestling. It also gave birth to a move called the sprawl, an ideal technique for keeping a stand-up MMA fighter on his feet.
It's something that anybody that doesn't want to wrestle and doesn't want to end up in their back in mixed martial arts better learn and become very familiar with. You ready to have a look at it? Sure.
To execute the sprawl, the fighter uses the forward momentum of his opponent against him.
You want to catch him with the hip. You don't want to sprawl too soon. You want to wait until it hits your hip.
Leaning in, locking his hips, and sliding his feet backwards.
See a lot of guys do? They go laces down.
At the same time, he pushes down on his opponent's back and shoulders with his forearms.
You either got to make him pay with driving him into the ground and just wasting that energy, or, you know, catching him a little bit.
While keeping his legs out of his opponent's reach.
The idea, especially when I fight, is that they'll quit doing it and that they'll lose confidence in that and try to go to something else.
So you make them pay for taking the shot.
Got to.
The key to the sprawl is sliding your legs backward while leaning in and locking your hips at the same time. This forces your opponent's center of mass beyond its stability zone. Coupled with the downward thrust of your forearms, he's now supporting your entire upper body with the back of his neck and head, which leaves him face down on the mat, vulnerable to any number of attacks.
See, Jason's got really good reaction speed. Good, nice. Great job.
Next, we practiced sprawling without using our hands, emphasizing the importance of timing and hip technique. As a jiu-jitsu guy, I normally don't mind going to the ground.
Nice, that's beautiful.
But neither do wrestlers like Connor. Sprawling will help me stuff Connor's shots.
Good job.
And take the fight to the ground on my terms.
Hard shot. Make it hard on. Nice shot.
Nice.
The sprawl can help keep me on my feet, which is where I'll need to be against a ground fighter like Rico. But brawling is just as important as sprawling. And even though MMA's a relatively young sport, its striking styles date back for centuries.
To work on our strikes, we headed to Hollywood and Wildcard Boxing, the hallowed training ground for famous fighters like Bernard Hopkins, Manny Pacquiao, and Mike Tyson. At Wildcard, we met another world-class boxer, champion kickboxer Kung Lee. Kung's a black belt in Taekwondo and has trained extensively in Sanda, Kung Fu's deadliest fighting form.
Hey, Kung. What's going on, man?
How are you, man? You guys are all over the place, man. You and your kicks. That's cool.
That's my whippings.
We tracked you down here to Wildcard. I mean, this is a huge boxing gym, but we know that not only are you a great boxer, but you got some funky kicks like we were just seeing. We're hoping you can help us out with ours.
Oh, definitely.
Kung's the ideal fighter to improve our striking skills. In addition to Taekwondo and Sanda, he's incorporated kicks from South Asia's premier fighting form, Muay Thai. It's a fusion that's helped Kung remain undefeated in 19 professional fights, with 14 wins by knockout. Kung began by demonstrating some basic round kick combinations.
Kick here, step up, kick.
Because the legs are more than twice the mass of the arms, these kicks can certainly do damage. When done in rapid combos, they can leave your opponent guessing where the next shot will come from.
That would knock somebody out.
I think so.
Although these strikes were similar to the ones we'd learned in Savate and Muay Thai, putting them together in multiple combinations is new.
Right now, I notice the pad's right there. You kick in at the pad. As soon as you have impact, you're stopping. So as soon as you feel that pad, kind of give it a little extra torque, kick through it.
All right, I'm gonna give that a try.
That's great right there.
Better?
That's what I'm talking about.
Excellent.
Let's mix a couple combos. Let's double it up on that leg. 2, up high. Low. High. Body. Low. High. Ooh.
After we got the hang of the high-low moves, Kung added another strike to the combination.
After I kick up high, I pull it back right here and I step down here. I spin, I look, and I kick.
The move is called the spinning back kick. It's similar to roundhouses used in Muay Baran, a forerunner to Muay Thai that was so violent it was outlawed in Thailand in the early 1900s. Although the moves have their differences, the power they generate is equally devastating.
When executing the spinning back kick, the fighter steps across his body and pivots 180 degrees on his lead leg. At the same time, he throws his head over his opposite shoulder. The kicking leg is then thrust backwards, aiming for the solar plexus.
When I'm kicking, I'm trying to hit with the heel.
The power of this move comes from the spin. Like the wrecking ball at the end of a demolition crane, the power is generated by the rotation of the body. In conjunction with the snap of the knee, the foot achieves a velocity of nearly 30 miles per hour. When the heel connects with the solar plexus, it transfers 1,400 pounds of force, enough to damage internal organs and fracture multiple ribs.
So 1, down, 2, cross, look, 3.
That's the perfect way to practice it.
Breaking it down.
Breaking it down. The more comfortable you get, it'll come faster. Want to give it a shot?
Sure.
I was really worried a guy my size couldn't pull this off. But the spinning back kick works pretty well for me.
It's good power right there. You know, there's not a lot of heavyweights that throw